Baze Malbus, the harsh reality of the Imperial-occupied homeworld, has hardened Baze into a pragmatic soldier and a crack shot with his heavy repeater cannon. Hello and welcome to Centurions Corner, and today we are reviewing from Star Wars The Black Series and the Rogue One story, Baze Malbus. Now, it's kind of ones that I've missed out before. When I started collecting Black Series, these guys were around, and there was always sort of a little bit kind of same sort of price. You could always buy them, so I never went out there to get them. But when they come out with these new face sculpts and stuff and relaunch the Rogue One line, then I definitely needed to pick up these guys just to finish them off. But I'm not too worried about picking up Urso and the other guy Andor and stuff like that, because I'm not really too fussed about repurchasing the figure just for a new face sculpt. But these guys look fantastic. So up the front here, we've got this big kind of cape with his kind of drum and his massive gun that he's got down the side here. On this side, we've got the we actually got the picture of Baze Malbus. On the back here, we have the picture and his bio. He's number 5 in the Rogue One storyline, shall I say. And I guess without further ado, let's just crack this bad boy open. Right, so here he is in his blister pack. It's actually got 2 blister packs in here, so it's actually holding in the gun and stuff on the back with another bit of tape. But we'll just get him out for our first impressions. I'm not expecting much because he's a bit of an older figure, so his articulation and all that is not going to be too fantastic or great. It's around about the same time as when they was releasing the sequel figures and stuff. But he looks pretty cool. We'll go away, take some pictures, see what he can do, and we see you tomorrow. Welcome back. We've been away, we've taken his photos. What a pain in the arse that was for sure. Anyway, what can I say about this guy from the outset? Well, let me introduce you to another category of action figures, and this is a Lego figure. This actually has more articulation than this premium range Hasbro figure. Absolutely. Oh, it's so annoying because the look of the guy looks fantastic, but oh my god, the actual figure itself, he might as well be a statue because I'm so scared to touch him. He just absolutely, pisses me off. Absolutely pisses me off. I'm too scared to put him on my shelf because he's going to literally entirely annihilate and knock everyone off. So he's just going to sit on the side. I'm not going to put him anywhere near him. You're going to isolate me, and that's what you're going to do. So yeah, it's going to be a fantastic review right from the outset. So what can we say about this guy? He comes with a couple of accessories, and the accessories really kind of just make up the whole guy. He comes with this giant gun that he can't hold at all. It doesn't really fit into his trigger hand. This bit is way too fat for his other hand as well. And when you try and put it in there, this little chain bit here, it kind of pops out of the gun, so then you pull it back in, and then it pops out of this bit at the back here because it's so hard plastic. It just literally will just keep popping out of whatever you want to do with it. It'll pop out, and it's just really annoying. And then when he's holding it as well, he can't really do anything because he's got no articulation. He can't really put in a gun pose or anything, and then we're back into a cycle again with this popping out. But anyway, looking at the actual gun itself, got this nice little bit of red here. It's all weathered and nice. We've got this sort of other dark gun metal over it, over this sort of other plasticky looking part. So the actual aesthetic look of it and the sculpt looks great. Around on this side as well, looking pretty cool. The actual ammo belt around on here is all done it in this sort of like snaking part. You've got all the extra details inside there, looking pretty cool. And it comes around to this massive drum unit that sits on his back. And then you've got all the articulation, you've got all the paint sculpt, shall I say, the silvering and the red paint, it's all done, there's no bleeding or anything on there, and around on here, which then, all one piece, comes down to this ginormous cape, where it kind of looks a bit like a rain mac hanging off the back here. I guess this is supposed to be like a stock or something for the gun, I guess so, around on this bit. But it would have been nice if they actually made this just actually material hanging off, because the extra weight of this on this with this giant gun, and because he's a big chunky guy as well, he literally just falls over. It's so hard to articulate and in all those ways. So we'll take this thing off at the back here, and then we'll take off his gun as well, because they would just get on my nerves. And then he has this kind of walkie-talkie part here on the back here, that fits in the belt on here, and that just goes into another part. I actually think Han Solo Mud Trooper actually come with one of these on his actual rifle as well. So yeah, they just fit on the back there, and taking that off, and that is his accessories. So well, now let's go into his articulation. Articulation wise, head go left, right, look down, not so far, back, not at all. Arm wise, rotation around on here, and that comes up to this far. Rotation at the elbow as well, up to a 90-degree on here. Rotation at the wrist, and it's also on a hinge. Waist rise, go left, and then he can't go right because he's got this giant sort of like floppy disk kind of unit here, like his old CD Walkman that he can't get past, so it's stuck on there. Leg wise, they can come up to this far, and that's about it. And same on this side, because his belt hinders the articulation. They can come up this wide apart, which there's nothing actually hindering it. I think it's not even that at all. It just doesn't want to come up anyway because his pants are a little bit too low. Rotation at the upper thigh here. We have a double knee joint that comes around up to this point, and then we're rocker and a pivot at the ankles. So yeah, I think even his articulation is probably less than that Bib Fortuna that we had the other day, to be honest with you. But where he comes alive is obviously the new paint application that they have actually used on the actor's face, and it looks good. It does look good. Coming down here on the actual armour and stuff looks pretty cool as well. I think the colouring of the suit is not too bad. It kind of looks like a larger version of what Luke was wearing in Empire Strikes Back. We've got these sort of ribbed parts down here. All these sort of extra lines and wrinkles. Got a bit of a wash over the top of it as well. Maybe done in a little bit too varnishy. Looks a little bit too shiny in places. But yeah, it's nice to have all this other weathering effects, and the actual buttons are actually painted as well. And then going down to his leg part as well. So yeah, the actual paint effects and stuff all on there is pretty cool. However, I just think they've done wrong by this guy. They could have spent a little bit more time on his actual sculpt, and I think this is why it's put me off for so long actually getting this figure. But I kind of wanted to finish off the Rogue Ones, to be honest, and I do like this guy in the movie. But without all that stuff on him, he can stand up a little bit, but it's his feet as well. Can you see, like they go back? It kind of looks like his ankles are back to front, to be honest. So yeah, I'm just going to lay him down and just leave him there for now, to be honest. So thank you so much for joining me on this one. What do you think of this guy? Did you pick this guy up and get disappointed, or do you like him and put him on the shelf in a particular pose? Let me know in the comments down below. You can subscribe, ding the bell, and follow me on Instagram. And until next time, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.